Yeah, Steve. So let me share the screen and we'll go to this um, magazine that I found. It's actually like a journal,
Okay.
which is called A Fit and Healthy Brain.
Um, Fit.
Fit.
That FIT word is um now here's a trick. Here's a trick that like is a nasty trick. Normally when you see an I in a word, the damn thing is pronounced like a long E, like feet or something like that.
Yeah, like
But
it
no,
sounded
that
like feet. I know, I know. That's
this
that's a regular
this
problem.
this I is a short vowel.
Fit, fit.
Yes, yes.
A fit,
A
a fit
and
and
mm-hmm,
healthy brain. A fit
yes.
and healthy brain.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Fit.
English is like that. It's got a million booby traps.
Yeah. Booby trap. No, it's actually our personal problem because I speak Russian as a mother tongue. So in Russian, there is no distinction between short and long vowels. So for example, if we have E sound, it can be E or E, and doesn't matter how you pronounce this E, it will never change the meaning of the word. While in English, if you say fit, that is this word, and if you say feet, that's actually things in the bottom
Right, right,
of my
right.
legs. So, all right, right. Thank you. Thank you very much. A fit and healthy brain. Let's go on. So
Yep.
this is like a magazine, like I said, about brain, and we can read this article called How to Damage Your Brain." This is an interesting one. How to damage your brain. Damage. Very interesting. So
Mm,
I think it will be interesting. So
yes.
let's try maybe, yeah, let's try and read like
Right.
basically paragraph after paragraph. So, one, sleep too little. So, we're talking about how to damage, like how to harm your brain,
Hmm.
right?
Yes.
Like negative effect. Sleep too little and too poorly. You know,
Yeah.
many of the brain's repair processes run while you sleep. So does the cementing of your memory, right? Cementing. What is cementing?
Cementing is well, the literal word for cementing is like uh well, to some like cementing may be uh like making a foundation for a building by
Yeah, yeah.
like pouring liquid
Oh, okay.
cement into the molds. Um, Cementing, but in this tense, in this area here has nothing to do with building construction. Cementing means like
Making it firm,
making
strong.
strong or firm, like
Okay.
your abilities, so that like, oh, in this sentence, oh, you're like the thing that happened before you went to sleep. Um, when you wake up the next day, you're able to remember the events of yesterday very clearly. And if they're traumatic events, you may remember, like the details of what happened yesterday very vividly, like
Okay.
very strongly.
Okay. Okay. So can I say, for example, um, uh, okay, uh, let's say, can I use it in a different context, like cementing your budget or cementing your knowledge or cementing your prestige or reputation?
Cementing prestige, but cementing knowledge,
No,
it's
no.
not it's not the best word for it. Cementing your building. Yeah, I would use, like
Cementing, can you say
building.
cementing relationship?
Cementing a relationship is a very good use of the word, like cementing, and in such a sentence, because if you cement a relationship, you make the relationship very
Stronger,
strong. You
stronger.
make the commitment between the people that are in a relationship very committed,
Yes.
um, like that.
Okay, cool. Let's continue. So, I got it. So it's cementing, making it stronger. That's why sleep deprivation is one of the worst things you can do to your brain. I don't know the word deprivation, so I look it up, and you can also tell me what you. Um,
Deprivation means to, to be in a state of loss. If you have
oh,
sleep deprivation, like
the
your ability
loss of
to
a sleep,
sleep is
basically.
lost, and like you suffer the consequences of the loss of good quality sleep.
Deprivation.
Okay.
Yeah. Do, do, do. Ah,
Yeah, a
that's
situation in which you do not have things or conditions that are usually considered necessary for a pleasant life. They used sleep deprivation as a form of torture. There is awful deprivation in the shanty towns or shanty.
uh, and Shantytown is a town where um, where there's poverty. There is shanty towns is in this sense, the deprivation in the shanty town is like there's no ability to get safe drinking water. Um, if you're a shanty town, may be where there's an interesting phrase. It's gotten popular in the last year. Uh, Food uncertainty,
Mhm.
meaning like sometimes you may get some food, a lot of times you won't.
Okay.
So deprivation is something like you should normally have, but you know, your ability to enjoy that, whether it's food, whether it's drinking water, you could actually like use the word deprivation in a sentence about communities where there's so much violence, there's a lack of public safety. Um, it's a
Can you give me one synonym of deprivation, like absence or like
deprivation. Now,
decline?
deprivation deprivation carries the meaning of harm to the individual. So, uh, uh, let's see. Okay, let's see. This is where we need a thesaurus.
Okay, this is it
Okay.
says an absence or too little or something important. That's what I mean.
Yeah, yeah.
Absence. Okay, so
If it
sleep
had,
deprivation, absence of sleep, basically.
yes,
Right? Okay, good, good. Let's continue. If the sleep deprivation lasts for months or years, it can lead to permanent damage, partly because harmful substances are not transported away efficiently but accumulate in the brain tissue.
wow,
Okay, this one I understand. Yeah,
I
so
do too, but I didn't know it.
yeah,
Like
this is an interesting fact. So we have to get enough sleep. Sleep deprivation, so, because I have some students, they say, ask them, how many hours do you sleep? And they're probably saying they sleep 5 hours a day. And I say, this is not a good thing. Like you have to have enough sleep. It's important. All right.
it's easier said than done on that topic, though.
Well, sleep deprivation is like something, uh, like when person just simply cannot sleep.
That's insomnia. That's insomnia, and I've experienced insomnia, um, especially when I was in Japan. I had a really stressful job. The work I was doing was necessary. It was extremely not welcome, um, and I would not be able to get to sleep. And somewhere around 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, I would give up and just put on my uniform and go to work with zero sleep. And that was physically painful. Um,
Can
so
you can
not
you compare them and say they're kind of synonymical, insomnia and sleep deprivation?
well, sleep deprivation. Um,
It's just like absence or no, like lacking sleep.
it's lacking good quality sleep, and lacking good quality sleep could be what I was experiencing earlier in this month. For some reason or another, I'd wake up at 1 o'clock in the morning after going to bed at 10. Or like the thing that stood out, like a little bit worse than that would be waking up too early without the alarm clock. waking up at, like 4:30 in the morning and not really being able to get back to sleep and not really knowing whether I got back to sleep or not. Because when you have a night where the sleep quality is poor, you think you didn't get any sleep at all, but actually, like you do get some sleep.
Yes.
But you're not when you are asleep, like you're not conscious to know that you're not sleeping. Um,
Yeah. All right, all right. So yeah, we got it. So the first one was sleep too little and too poorly, right? So basically this is like sleeping too poorly. Second thing is starve your brain. Fat and glucose, is it correct? Glucose?
Glucose is a word for sugar.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
Um,
I mean, is it correct way to say it?
Glucose is the exact is a perfect pronunciation for that.
All right, fat and glucose are the most important nutrients for the brain. Fat helps build and maintain neurons, and glucose, produced when the body breaks down carbohydrates, is the fuel that most efficiently crosses the brain barrier. So, extreme diets that completely exclude these substances can threaten your mental health. Okay, so basically, they're saying is that there should be some limitations, but not complete absence of carbohydrates, right?
I would agree with that. I would definitely agree with that.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's move on to the next one. Don't use your memory. All right, number three. Who was in, who was it that, when was it that? Whenever questions like these arise, the answer is usually right at hand, in the most literal sense. But research has shown that the more you lean on your smartphone, the worse you get, not just at remembering, but at other mental tasks. Yeah,
Ah,
I was talking about that with lots of my students in my speaking classes. We we came up to an idea that yeah, like this AI thing, it actually has some benefits, but also reduces the ability to think. And, smartphone is good thing if you use it correctly, you know?
I respectfully disagree with that proposition, and I
Which,
heard
which,
it
which
on
one?
TV. Like using AI to get your answers. Oh, you will not learn. Oh, like this, the children in school who use Google to get answers for what they're trying to like learn. Because it wasn't a labor intensive activity. Oh, it doesn't stick. I disagree with
No,
that.
no, I didn't say you won't learn. I said it will reduce your ability to think. If you use it
That's
to get answers, for example, where you should think, when it kind of replace your thinking processes. I don't mean that, basically AI is a more complicated Google, where you get answers that you look for. I totally understand that. It's not a problem. But what I'm saying is that when you, as it says here, lean on your smartphone, meaning like you trust it completely, you don't turn on your thinking processes, you just get answers like this, and sometimes where it is necessary to think. That's what I mean.
Let me make a comparison. Let me make a comparison. When I was younger and um, doing a lot of reading, um, I would be into a dictionary maybe 50 times pretty much in a row because I would look up one word and the explanation for that word would have other words I didn't understand. And I was like hopping back and forth. Now, with something like Google, um, you can, I actually, my ability to like spell words gets kind of shaky, even in 2025. And I'll go to like an AI function in a cell phone. How do you spell such and such? And it'll give me the correct spelling. Now, the thing that's different about, hopping back and forth in a dictionary from years gone by to what I use the cell for now is that it's much quicker. It's so much
Yeah,
quicker.
it saves time. I'm not saying it doesn't have any
Yeah,
benefits. Of course, it has a lot of benefits. Yeah,
the where
totally.
this may apply, where this may apply, excuse me for interrupting, please. Where this may apply is where you go to ChatGPT and then you ask it to write a paragraph about, like something. And then you copy down that paragraph that like you,
Pity.
you copy down the answer from AI and submit it to your teacher. And then, like you don't have the practice, you don't have the practice in writing um, good quality sentences and
Mm-hmm.
organizing them into logical and progressive and compelling paragraphs.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the AI can, like harm children because
This is what
um
I'm talking about, and this is what
yeah,
they are talking about, I guess, in this paragraph. Okay.
yeah. But like I've seen these things in the news that, oh, when you come to school, like turn in your cell phone. You're not allowed to have a cell phone. And for me, I think that's it's too strict, too strict. And like
I
that,
agree. I agree with you. I think you should know how to wisely use things, right? All right, so let's move
yeah,
to number four. I think we read number three, and let's read number four.
number four.
Poison your brain cells. External substances can negatively affect neurons. Alcohol kills brain cells. Drugs change the chemistry of the brain. Organic solvents, I don't know this word.
Organic solvents. A solvent is something that uh, will solvent is something that you can use to clean things. It's usually a cleaner. Um, a acetone is a liquid that um, you can actually use, like a rag with acetone on it to, like clean uh, fiberglass catalyzing chemical off of a surface. But it's dangerous. It's dangerous. Like I've been in classes where like I learned how to like fiberglass things, and then this is like 2010, and we pretty much use like um, acetone, like very liberally. Like there were no restrictions, but in the years since like 2010, companies that like actually manufacture things in fiberglass become very like sort of restrictive, and
Yes.
like if they use too much acetone, um, liberal governments that like to intervene in private
Yes.
property businesses will like inflict like fines and stuff.
Yeah.
um
Let me say the Russian, if because most of my viewers are Russian, so it would be solvent would be растворитель, the Russian way of saying it. Yeah, this is basically the most common one is acetone, right? Acetone is the most common type of solvent.
Acetone is the strongest. Acetone is usually the strongest, like a solvent.
In
But
Russian, we say aceton.
say that again.
We say aceton. Very similar. All right.
Okay. There's other there, like to answer the question now. Besides acetone, um, you can clean a lot of things with a strong um, alcohol. Like wood alcohol. Wood alcohol is for cleaning things. If you drink wood alcohol, you may go blind, you may kill yourself. But I have bottles of 93% alcohol in the house here, and I use that for cleaning. And usually, something like acetone would be something for cleaning an oil base Um, an
Paint, for example.
oil-based, like a product
Yeah.
like
Like paint.
paint or
Yeah.
oil-based polyurethane.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And like you can things that are not st in a liquid state, you can clean it, um, often with just like alcohol, wood alcohol, because the acetone is kind of like the hydrogen bomb of solvents. Like if you can't clean it with acetone, you might wind up having to throw it away.
Okay. So can I finish?
Yes, sir.
All right. So alcohol kills brain cells. Drugs change the chemistry of the brain. Organic solvents such as acetone damage neurons' fatty protection, and research has linked smoking to increased brain deterioration and a greater risk of dementia. So what they're saying is that organic solvents such as acetone can damage neurons.
Yeah,
Neurons. Yeah.
there,
All right.
there's a reason. There's a reason why the use of acetone is has been restricted to be reasonable about it.
All right. So we've talked about sleep, having little sleep or poor sleep, starving your brain. We were talking about nutrition a little bit with carbohydrates. We were saying that we cannot completely exclude them. We should not go on extreme diets. We should basically keep up with our memory. Is it correct way to say it? Keep up with our memory, meaning like use it.
Well, you know, one of the reasons why I might be a little bit smarter than other people, other men of 77 years of age is I've been struggling with learning languages uh, almost continuously for, oh my gosh, maybe since, like I got out of the Navy. I wasn't doing that much when I was in the Navy, but when I got out of the Navy in 2002, um, and like learning a language is nothing else is memorizing. Let's see, what's that word for door? Oh yeah, devir. What's that word for like tree? Devirava. Like, and you're like, man, when the hell do I use like an E instead of an O? And then and you're like, and I every time I sit down with my Duolingo, oh geez, I hope I can remember this stuff.
Okay.
And then that's the
Yeah, this is
exercising of
really
the
good.
memory muscle.
This is really good. Yeah, learning a language is super important. So let me finish then this, if you don't mind, and then we'll go to the next thing. So also we were talking about poisoning your brain cells, and now let's go to this section over here. Overload the brain. Okay, so overload means like to basically make it work too much, too much. Low mood, depression, and stress are really bad for the brain. Okay, very interesting. So bad, so bad that it leads to negative changes and shrinkage of the brain. Is this correct? Like shrinkage, I think like a shortening or like squeeze, like making it smaller.
Yeah, yeah, like if like here's the thing. If you have a size large sweater and you wash it in hot water, you might have a sweater that only fits Daniel.
Yes. Yeah. All
You
right.
know,
So yeah, shrink, make smaller. So this is partly due to an increased level of the hormone cortisol. I don't know what cortisol is. I guess it's a chemical or something. Let me check.
it's it's body chemistry.
Cortisol.
Um, and yeah, it would be
Cortisol.
hormone.
Cortisol.
Cortisol.
Smaller.
Cortisol, a hormone, a chemical made in the body, produced by the adrenal glands, small organs above the kidneys, in response to stress. This state of feeling frightened, very worried, threatened by danger, etc. Okay. Right. Okay. So, all right. So this is partly due to an increased level of the hormone cortisol. However, very short-term stress such as working towards a deadline, can have benefits. Okay? So they do not recommend to overload the brain with bad mood, depression, and stress, but working towards deadlines can have benefits, meaning like you work on a task, you learn a language, so you have some like you basically work out, you train, right?
It's also a matter of balance and reasonable demands. I'd respectfully suggest that one area where people have overload of the brain is when they're working for a company that makes unreasonable demands on like how much like the one employee may be responsible for producing, and if they don't produce like the amount of work demanded by the company, then like they face some like kind of punishment. um,
Yes, Steve, do you mind if we go to three ways to smarter a brain? So we basically talked about how to damage your brain, like basically negative stuff, right? And we can also talk about how to keep your brain healthy and sharp. And there is a
Please.
nice part here where it says three ways to a smarter brain. First one, okay, before, let me quickly, so let me do this. I read and then let's see if I don't know some words, I will highlight them and then we will come back and talk about these words, okay? Because otherwise it will take us a long time to read uh, the whole thing. So let me do this. So before you take your first sip of coffee of the day, you fumble and drop your phone. Oh, how clumsy. At the same time, you suddenly remember that you have an important meeting at work in half an hour. I don't usually forget things like that. And on your way there, you almost go through a red light. I need to concentrate. Sounds familiar? And have you wondered whether it's because your brain is deteriorating? Don't worry, it's not. You probably just have too much on your plate and are using your brain for something for which it's not designed. That's why it's as important to take care of your brain as it is to keep every other part of your what of your something, basically of your brain, right? Um,
Next page, maybe.
it's interesting. I think of your
There we go.
body, right here. Yeah, of your body in excellent condition. It faces countless challenges every day, and you can do a lot to help it perform at its best. A simpler life. Evidence that the brain is under increased pressure today can be found by comparing us with our ancestors of 20,000 years ago, because there are no obvious mental differences between them and us. So, if an ordinary modern family adopted a newborn child from that era, he or she would develop just like other children today. The big difference, however, lies in the way people lived 25,000 years ago. This can be, this can put our lives into perspective, helping us to understand why we often feel our brains are failing us. First, the social environment was relatively simple then. People lived in small groups where everyone knew everyone else really well. So it's natural that you can't remember the names of all 60 parents in your children's classes, for example. There, there was never a need for that, so we didn't evolve to do it. Secondly, everyday life consisted mainly of physical activity, carefully practiced movements, and total concentration on each task. This was true whether hunting, protecting the family, gathering berries, or making tools and food. On the other hand, people were rarely exposed to anything new. They didn't suddenly have to learn how to water ski, drive on the other side of the road when on holiday. Oh, okay, that's nice. Or update Facebook and Instagram every 3 minutes. Steve knows very well about that, right? Learning new things every day. This is cool. They were rarely out of their mental comfort. So I won't read the whole thing because it's going to be long, but I want to come back to this part. 3 ways to a smarter brain. By the way, what is fumble? I don't
To
know.
fumble something means to, um, mess up on holding something so it just, falls out of your hand. In football, which is where I think the word fumble came from, it means, like not catching the ball properly and it, like it slips out of your hands and it falls on the ground. Um, so yeah, to incompetently perform an action in a business environment where a person is tasked with, creating a document, and what they create is, very low quality, and it's criticized by everybody. Like you might hear the phrase that, oh, so and so fumbled the task of creating this document. So it applies to many more things besides, football, or physically, like losing something in your hands so that it falls on the floor. It
Yeah, okay, so I
suggests,
understand. So in the
yeah,
context, I also understand it's kind of move awkwardly or do something awkwardly, right?
incompetently to do something
Okay.
that you're no good at doing, such as catching a football, such as creating such and such a document.
Oh, okay. Very good. Very good. So let's zoom in here and read the first one. Move, move, move. Okay, so this is 3 ways to a smarter brain. Time and time again, scientists have established how regular exercise is crucial for your brain health. First of all, exercise increases the mass of brain cells in key areas. Okay, first of all, exercise increases the mass of brain cells. Okay, so basically, exercise helps produce brain cells, right?
Um,
Increases the mass
well,
of brain cells.
the way the sentence reads, it kind of suggests that, oh, some part of your brain gets bigger,
Ah, okay, so
kind
it
of
means
like
they
the
grow.
muscle.
Like
Yeah,
they grow.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
The word mass,
Ah, okay.
suggests that either the whole brain or some particular part over here,
It's
gets,
growing
bigger and
bigger.
stronger, and
Okay,
actually has more volume.
super. It also leads to the release of substances that are important for your memory and for stimulating brain cells to make new connections with each other. Okay, so it also leads to the release of substances that are important for your memory. Okay, so basically it's important. Yeah. In addition, exercise slows down the signs of brain aging. Okay, that's really cool. Exercise slows down the signs of a brain aging, preserves your cognitive functions, and increases blood flow. Yes, that's very important because exercises actually stimulates blood circulation, right? And thus, the transport of oxygen, exactly, this is what the blood does, right? Transport the oxygen
Yes,
and
yes.
nutrients to individual brain cells. This is cool. So basically, if we exercise, even if we do something with our legs, it helps our brain because it's all one system, right? Of blood circulation. Okay, so that's why it says move, move, move is important, right? It's number one, one of the ways to be smart, to have smarter brain. 2, eat berries and oily fish. This is interesting. It doesn't matter what you eat if you want to strengthen your brain, but there are certain nutrients that scientists believe are beneficial. So scientists say there are some good stuff uh,
Yeah,
in food,
yeah.
in particular flavonoids. I don't know what these are. These are
Flavonoids is,
flavonoids.
that's from medical school, and um, yeah, we'll probably wind up looking that one up.
Okay, flavonoids. Something like flavor, no? Flavonoid.
Sounds like that. It
Yeah.
sounds like that.
So flavonoids, flavonoid, a substance in fruit and vegetables that may help protect people against some types of cancer or heart diseases. Wow, that's interesting. So flavonoids, which are found in fruit, vegetables, tea, berries, and dark chocolate. So basically substances that we need. These substances improve blood flow in the brain and increase the ability to form new connections between cells. Okay, cool. Omega 3s omega 3s found, wait, yeah, omega 3s found in oily fish and oils such as rapeseed oil. I don't know what rapeseed is actually.
Rapeseed is like a
I know what seed
I
is.
think
Seed is
it's
a little thing.
rapeseed is a kind of organic substance,
Okay,
a
plant with
plant
yellow
with yellow
flowers
flowers.
from which oil and animal food are produced.
Yeah,
Let me look at the picture because this can I use Google sometimes just to show me.
there we go. Rapeseed, like on the
Looks like a
left-hand side.
flower to me.
Yellow flowers.
Yeah. All right. These are yellow flowers. That's cool. So, all right. So I didn't know they actually produce it. You know that in Russia, this thing is very popular, sunflower oil or sunflower seeds. They're
Hmm.
super common, and they have a lot of, I guess, omega-3 too.
Yes.
Yeah, because sunflower oil, for example, we can consume a lot of sunflower oil in Russia. It's very common oil. It's oil number one, more popular than butter or olive oil.
I imagine so you use sunflower oil in cooking and
Yeah,
what else would you use it for besides cooking?
no, only
And
cooking. Maybe
just cooking.
in salads also.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for example, like you have a fresh salad with lettuce, tomato, and cucumber, you can just have some oil there. It's considered to be like less let's see, like of less
Less
quality. Oh,
synthetic.
well, no,
Oh,
no, no,
there's there
no. Less quality than olive oil, but still we use it a lot, mostly in cooking, yeah. So it's very common and also very common to eat sunflower seeds, especially if they are fried. Anyway, so rapeseed oil have also, okay, so once again, omega-3s found in oily fish and oils such as rapeseed oil have also been shown to be beneficial. According to studies, key brain areas are larger in women who regularly consume omega-3s. Why only
can
women? It's interesting.
can I get you to like highlight the word women, please? And we'll go back to it.
Women.
Yes.
Okay. All right, let's go to
Just
number three. Yeah, so we have move, eat berries, oily fish, or any other oily substances or food. Meditate your way to greater focus. Okay, meditation and yoga have a positive effect on focus, reaction times, and memory. Some effects are long-lasting, but yoga can also give you a short-term boost that you can use before a particularly busy day or a job interview when you need to be relaxed and focused and perform at your very best. Okay, so basically they recommend you to meditate. Here they recommend to eat berries and oily products. The
mhm.
first one is exercise.
Yes.
Well, good recommendations. What do you think?
I think that they left out the economics of it because
Like what?
like what is that the things if you go to the grocery store here in Oak Harbor, blueberries are really expensive. And for those people who have minimum wage jobs and they can barely to get together the $900 that they're supposed to pay for month every, the $900 they're supposed to pay for their, like their monthly rent. They don't have money left over to buy. They certainly don't have any money left over to buy, like olive oil.
Yeah.
They're not going to be spending, like $50, like in the supplement section of the Walmart store for fish oil pills. And, and the other thing that I would mention is that the whole thing about, oh, like you're doing your exercise. Well, one of the things that's different about me is um, I have worn out body parts. Um, like the knees, like started getting worn out. My gosh, maybe like starting around like 2015, and in 2018, like I got this, like left knee. It's a partial knee replacement, and December of last year, the whole knee was replaced. If you can't get out of a wheelchair, you can't exercise productively. So, the thing that's troubles me about these kinds of articles is it seems to be articles be for the benefit of the people that don't worry about, like paying at the cash register when they load up at the grocery store.
Unfortunately, yes. Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah, and and that for me that's a kind of cruelty. Now, to be more reasonable, and I'm taking you on sidetracks I shouldn't be taking you. Um, you know, yeah, everything that's published shouldn't be okay for everybody. You know, the person who's struggling to pay rent and put, like ordinary food on the table, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, um, you know, they're not going to read this article. And that's fine. They don't have to read, like everything that's published. So this is maybe for the people that, like have the $70,000 a year job with Microsoft. But
I know. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the economic, and like it
Yeah, but
bothers me a little bit.
talking about
These,
prices, we should do a separate video on the prices. That's going to be interesting. Yeah, okay. Now, okay, so thank you so much, Steve. It was an amazing job we've done today. Yeah, thank you so much.
I will try to